Alright guys, so today I will be bringing you finally, after a long time of talking about it, it's not going to be called character development, it's going to be F.Y.V, following your vision. So for me to bring in and start that, I brought someone very special, someone I've known for a while, a very good person, my good friend Raelene, right here.
Hi.
Look how adorable she is. We're going to be talking about her, so let's get this thing rolling. All right, Raelene. So we just want to get a little background on you, who you are, what your goals are. So go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Raelene, obviously. I am 24. I haven't really been into fitness that long, I guess like a year and a half, maybe 2 now. My goal was always to be at 135. I've always been pretty small, and I guess just skinny wasn't my thing anymore. Also the fitness like aspect of it, like being a healthier person and the whole nines.
You know, it's really cool like to think about that way too, because I think a lot of people do struggle with that. Like they're just not happy with where they're at body wise or like how they look.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people face that same kind of issue where they just are not happy with how they look. I know that was one of the issues I had was I just wasn't happy with where I was at. So in a sense, has fitness like kind of giving you like that comfort to where like you're working out and you're seeing the changes go on?
Yeah, definitely. It took a while. I think within 6 months of working out, it was a slow process. I saw progress, but it was like the smallest amount of progress. But I was like, shoot, if I keep working harder, it's gonna come quicker.
Yeah, it's an awesome feeling like when you just see a little, even it could be the smallest thing, but you get to still see the progress. So it's really cool.
I think when I first started, my main thing was like I was like a skinny. How would you put it? Like skinny, an unhealthy skinny.
I wouldn't say you were unhealthy skinny, like you were smaller, but it wasn't like you looked like you were like
toned.
Yeah.
So like definitely dealing with love handles, the diet part. I wasn't eating bad, but I wasn't eating the best.
Okay.
And I was like a soda addict forever.
Oh, you're one of those?
So that ruined me. Like I would have like the craziest cravings at like 2 a.m. like soda. And then like,
you have the binges.
Yeah, I would have a binge, and then so I cut out soda completely, and I hated water. I would not drink water at all.
Oh,
there was like a year, like I don't think I refused to drink water.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how I survived.
You just, how did you?
I don't know how I survived.
I'm pretty sure water is like one of the main things on how we survive and
everyone
like
would
deal with
offer
everything.
me water, I'd refuse it. Like, no, get that away from me. But now I drink so much water, which is
that's
awesome.
Good. Well, no, that's really good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
I make it a goal to like try to attempt to drink like a gallon a day, but that's still pretty hard.
Okay, cool. All right, so just like with anything, not everything's perfect with being in the gym and being in fitness. So one of the questions I have is, what would be like a daily struggle or something that you probably deal with that many other people are dealing with that you feel like is a major struggle that just goes on like every day with being in fitness and being in the gym?
With that, I think it's just like pulling yourself together to actually get in there. I know I struggle all the time. Like, I really don't want to go. Yeah, like I don't want to go, but it's just pushing past that point of like just forcing yourself. Because once I'm done with that gym session, it's like, oh, thank God I came.
Yeah.
I mean, that self-confidence, like, oh, I didn't eat good today, so I'm not gonna go to the gym, or just stuff like that.
All right, so for girls, it's a little bit different going in the gym. I can't really give you guys the aspect of what it's like to be a girl in the gym. So I guess the question I want to ask is, for a girl, what are the struggles or like the challenges sometimes being in the gym every day or being in fitness and trying to keep up on like a good, clean diet and regimen?
I think for most girls, women, it is an insecurity thing. Just from, I would work with like my family members and stuff, and they would see me pushing weight, and I think that would make them insecure, which I wasn't trying to. I was just, doing my own thing, but I'm trying to help them as well.
Yeah.
But I think people do get put down by the idea that I was working a little bit harder.
Yeah. So people kind of make it a competition.
Yeah.
They try to compete with you.
When you're just trying to like help out and stuff, but it's like, I think the main thing is you just gotta let all that go, leave that at the door, and just you're there for yourself just as everyone else is in the gym.
And I mean, that's something I've struggled with too. I mean, when I first got into the gym, my big thing was like, oh, like I need to be pushing like 225 on bench, 235 on bench. I need to be squatting 3 or 4 plates because I saw all these big dudes
Yeah,
who are
exactly.
toned and like doing it. So I'm like, that's what I have to do it.
Exactly.
So I feel like for girls, like it's just like a little bit different because obviously it's not gonna be the whole weight thing maybe, but just how they look or what the things they're doing. Because for a girl, I feel like there's so many more exercises you can do like compared to a guy. Like there's basic exercises for a guy,
Yeah.
but for a girl, like you see her doing some crazy things, you're just like that's kind of intimidating.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't want to work out next to her. She's
Yeah.
pushing more weight. She looks better than me. Like, you just gotta focus on yourself, and you're there to improve yourself, improve your body, and just as she is.
That's a great mindset, and I mean that's how I kind of go into it now.
Yeah.
And for
definitely.
me now, I think I'm noticing more and more like people are kind of getting intimidated by me, and I'm not trying to make that sound cocky,
Yes,
but
yeah.
like people get intimidated when they see you doing different or trying different things or doing weird stuff.
Yeah, I feel like people do get. I do get the same kind of look, which I feel like so bad. Like, no, I just want to help
Yeah.
you. Like,
Right. So outside of fitness and just being in the gym and everything, like what other goals do you have to aspire, like maybe work wise or like on the hobby wise, anything that would be outside of fitness wise?
so, my major when I first started college was to be a vet, and that just kind of like steered the wrong way. And just being in the gym and getting to where I am now, I think helping out other people, get past that insecurity, just get past that I can't do it. It's
Yeah.
too hard. I really want to help, and now that's led me to get my personal training certificate. I'm going to get my nutrition one as well. I do want to get my physical therapy major and eventually open up my own clinic.
Okay, awesome. No, that's really awesome. That's really awesome goals to have.
Yeah, and I think.
And in a sense, it's not too far away from what you're doing. Like you want to be, you obviously want to help people because you want to be a vet, to help animals in
Yeah.
a sense. But you found something that's a little bit more close to your heart.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of people won't take that chance to actually go and do it because they think it's too hard. They won't push through. So it's really cool to see you pursuing that. And I mean, I've seen that you're in the process of getting your NASM. NASM is one of the hardest freaking certifications to get. So
Yeah, it is super hard. I think it's just more scary.
it's a lot more work.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. It's a lot more work. It's a lot more complex than just getting a regular certification.
Yeah.
And then going and getting your nutrition certification. And what was the last thing you were going to do? The personal physical therapy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
opening up my own clinic and just helping people, as well as being a personal trainer on the side, helping
Yeah.
people do that as well. That would be amazing.
would you have any advice or any tips just for anyone that maybe has a similar goal or wants to do, maybe interested in something like that?
I think honestly, you are your own worst critic, and you just need to shut that out. You need
Yeah.
to just be positive, shun all that negativity. I mean, you're gonna get it from everyone, but it's just what you feel inside and how hard you can push yourself past that limit. And it's gonna be tough, but in the end, it's gonna be so like rewarding. For me, like it was really hard.
Yeah.
The gym was nothing that I thought about before, and I don't know. I just met some people that kind of just changed my life. And
Yeah, it is. It's really, I feel it's kind of the same for me. Just kind of being that everyday mentality of like, okay, I'm pushing myself to be better every day, and then talking to some of these people. So I've met some of the best people like that I've ever met at the gym,
exactly.
even at the Fit
Seeing
Expo.
your
Yeah.
progress, like that just
Yeah.
that makes me so happy, and it just makes.
And here's the great thing, how we talked about it earlier, was like how like a lot of people try to compete with each other, like they see
yeah.
like that. For me, and more recently, it's become me versus me. So how can I be
Definitely,
how can I be better than I was yesterday in the gym, like weight wise, reps wise? How can I find some way to improve myself? Versus why am I competing with this person when we could have completely different goals?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think a lot of people take away from that, like, oh, like I have to be like this person or I have to look better than this person. It's like that's not what I'm about. I'm about competing with myself and getting myself better.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a similar mindset that you have from what we just talked about.
Definitely, I see that a lot, and it frustrates me because not only are you going to injure yourself, but I look now that I'm taking those classes and stuff. I look at posture and I look at what you're doing wrong to injure yourself, and it's all because they want to have that look.
It's ego.
Of pushing so much weight, but in the long run, you're just hurting yourself, and it's quantity over quality.
Yeah.
You just.
And anything usually, and that's saying it's always.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it goes to everything. I think it goes to everything, but you're definitely right, and I see the same thing too.
Yeah.
So it's really cool just to share that mindset, and that's why honestly I chose Raelene to be in this video because those are some of the values that I share, and I've always seen just from talking with her, seeing how she works out and everything, like just being super just This is how I want some of Raelene. Super down to earth, super sweet, and just like a really good person. Like whenever you talk to Raelene, you're not gonna leave like feeling down about yourself.
Aw,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah, that's where I want to leave. There we go. Any last messages? Anything else you want to get out, just to let anyone know? Maybe anything that you want to get out?
If you see me in the gym and I give you a stink eye, I don't have my contacts on, so like I'm literally squinting. So I'm not mean, I swear. I feel like everyone looks at me like, oh my gosh, she's so mean.
I feel like there's been times where I've gone up to Raelene and she's giving me the stink eye.
I'm so sorry.
So I'm gonna say I've been a victim of that. But no, honestly, if you go talk to Raelene in the gym, she's one of the coolest, nicest people. She also does promos for NutriShop.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you'll see her do that too.
And hopefully I'll start training there.
Oh yeah, she'll start training there. And you work in NutriShop too, right?
Yes.
So she'll start working in there. So if you guys go to NutriShop, you'll see her in there. She's a super sweet person. She'll answer your question. She's not intimidating. So.
I mean, if you have any questions, just like with the smallest questions to the biggest questions,
Yeah.
I'll give my best answer. I mean, yeah, we all come from a crazy background. I mean, everyone has their struggle.
Everyone has their own story.
Definitely.
Everyone does.
And I love those stories. I love those stories where people just push through them. And just hearing that literally makes me so happy inside. Like,
yeah, and this is the reason why I'm doing these videos right here, was to get more people's out stories like this. I feel like there's so many people that have stories that can help so many other people, because you hear some of the most similar stories or similar things. So that's kind of my whole purpose of doing these videos, and that's why I chose Raelene, because I just feel like Raelene was like the perfect person. I've seen it. I've known Raelene for almost a year and a half now, and it's just like crazy to see all the different changes she's gone through and her perspective and everything like that. So it's really cool to see.
You as well. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember when you first started out and you were super hyped about it. I mean, you still are super hyped about it.
Yeah.
And you've had the most progress, the best progress that...
You know, what I want to say about that, and a lot of people,
what I want to say is, like, it's hard work. Like,
Yeah.
people say, well, I know the questions that they're asking, but I see you in there.
Yeah. And for me, I want to say, but we talked about this about a month ago. I kind of struggled with, I was kind of fighting into the negative comments from people. I don't want to take any supplements. The only thing I take is protein and pre-workout. And for me, I was getting questions about what I was doing, if I was on a cycle, if I was taking steroids, if I was taking testosterone. And even my closest friends were thinking they were saying it. So I kind of went and posted it on Instagram, and it's not normally something I would do. I felt like when I read the post after a couple weeks later, that's not who I wanted to be, about kind of trying to put people in check. So that's kind of my mentality I've learned about myself, is I can't worry about what other people are saying.
Yeah, there's always going to be someone that's, going to question you. They're not going to like what you do. They're going to see this hard work that you're putting in, and they're not going to like it because they're like, well, why am I not getting this progress?
Yeah.
Because, like, they're not working hard enough for it.
So I just want to thank Raelene so much for doing this. I know it's really hard. It's kind of intimidating being on camera.
Yeah, when you first asked me, I was actually really nervous.
Really?
I was like, what do I even say?
Yeah, so I'm really thankful for you doing my first video. This is my first one for the Follow Your Vision.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
It's an honor having you, so thank you. I just want to say thank you. Check out Raelene. Here's just how to promote yourself if you want to promote your IG.
I don't know.
No, we're cool.
That'd be so weird.
Well, don't worry, I'll tag her in it, so we're good. So I just want to say thank you, Raelene. You've been awesome.
Thank you.
Great to hear your story. I hope everyone that sees this and watches it gets a lesson from it, or just gets some kind of helping tip from it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you really do have a good story.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right here, look at this. This is cool.
So
oh, surprise guest. Oh, just randomly coming out of nowhere. This is cool.
That is actually the cutest thing that ever
Oh,
happened.
what's up, Bubba? Oh my god, this is awesome. You gotta go home. You gotta go home. Oh my god, so cool.